Japan began disposing of wastewater from the Fukushima nuclear power plant PLTN today, Thursday, August 24, 2023. The disposal comes 12 years after one of the world's worst nuclear accidents. Quoting AFP, at the start of disposal, Japan will release the waste, equivalent of around 540 Olympic swimming pools, into the Pacific Ocean. Live video provided by plant operator TEPCO shows engineers behind computer screens in an official saying that the valve near the seawater transport pump is opening after taking a countdown. With about 1,000 steel containers holding water, TEPCO said it needed to clear the space to remove the highly hazardous radioactive nuclear fuel and debris from the damaged reactors. 3 reactors at the Fukushima-Daiichi facility in northeastern Japan suffered a meltdown after a massive earthquake and tsunami that killed around 18,000 people in 2011. Since then, TEPCO has collected 1.34 million cubic meters of contaminated water while cooling the damaged reactor, along with groundwater and rain that seeped into it. TEPCO will conduct for discharges of treated water from Thursday to March 2024. The first discharge will take approximately 17 days. TEPCO added that around 5 trillion BCRL, a measure of radioactivity of tritium, will be released this fiscal year. Supervisors from the UN Atomic Watchdog, which supports the plan, are scheduled to be on site to carry out the procedure. Meanwhile, TEPCO workers are scheduled to take water samples on Thursday evening. A protest wave in the lead-up to the operation. About 10 people protested near the site, and about 100 others gathered outside TEPCO's headquarters. Tokyo. This is like throwing an atomic bomb into the sea. Japan was the first country to be attacked with an atomic bomb in the world, and the country's prime minister made this decision, said resident Kenichi Sato, 68. China's Ministry of the Environment on Thursday also criticized Japan's plan. It called Japan selfish and irresponsible, and said it would track and study the impact on its waters. Japan itself has previously insisted that all radioactive elements be screened, except for tritium, which levels are harmless and lower than those emitted by operating nuclear power plants, including in China. This is also supported by most experts. When released into the Pacific, tritium will dilute further into the wider body of water and will quickly reach levels of radioactivity not much different from normal seawater, said Tom Scott of the University of Bristol in England. Therefore, the risk is very small, and the risk itself decreases with time due to the relatively short radioactive half-life. This means that the amount of tritium and the risk is steadily decreasing. But not everyone is convinced of that. When environmental group Greenpeace says the filtration process has flaws, and China and Russia suggest the water is evaporated and released into the atmosphere. China itself accuses Japan of treating the Pacific like a sewer, and even before the release, Beijing banned food imports from 10 of Japan's 47 prefectures and imposed radiation checks. Hong Kong and Macau, both Chinese territories, also followed suit this week. Restaurants in Beijing and Hong Kong serving sushi and sashimi have started to recover from the restrictions. Analysts say that while China does have security concerns, China's strong reaction is partly motivated by economic rivalry and frosty relations with Japan. On the other hand, the South Korean government, which is trying to improve relations with Japan, does not mind, even though many ordinary people are worried and protested against the radioactive water disposal project by Japan.